Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please give your confirmations on the chat box, please. Thank you. Thank you all for your confirmations and welcome you to day 2 of DevOps course. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Let us stop the chat. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let us stop the chat. Let us stop the chat. So what is our plan for today? We are learning DevOps on AWS platform. Am I right? We are learning DevOps on AWS platform. So you need to have an AWS account to perform hands-on. If you want to practice DevOps tools, all the DevOps tools, we will install it on AWS cloud. So to practice, you have to have an AWS account. So I'm sure many of you are already having AWS accounts, but I'm sure there are many participants who are directly jumping into DevOps without having any knowledge on AWS. So considering them, so I'll be quickly showing you how to create a new AWS account. And the prerequisite for DevOps is a Linux machine. So we'll be learning how to create a Linux machine on AWS, not just creating a Linux machine. How can we connect to that Linux machine? And I'll be introducing a terminal called Git Bash. What is Git Bash? What is the purpose of this Git Bash? So this is our plan for today. So we are moving on to the process of achieving the prerequisite, that is making ourselves comfortable with the basics of Linux. So this is our plan for today. My dear friends, if you have any queries, regarding the training, you can shoot an email to support@logiclabscheck.com. And for the international participants, we will guide you how to make the payment in the WhatsApp groups. I hope you are already in the WhatsApp group. In case if you're not in the WhatsApp group, my dear friends, 1 minute, please. Give me a minute. In case if you're not in the WhatsApp group, please join the WhatsApp group using the link which I'm posting in the chat box now. If you are not in the WhatsApp group related to this particular batch, please join the WhatsApp group using the link which I'm posting in the chat box now. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is our agenda for today. Before moving on to today's session, let's have interaction with some of the participants, starting with yes, Narendra.
Good morning, Sunil.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Thanks for the question.
Yes, your question.
I actually don't have a query. I want to discuss with you the previous situation. And I would like to ask you, what are the changes that we are expecting in the future in the software industry?
Your voice is not clear. Could you please repeat?
What are the changes that we may expect in the near future of the software industry?
What are the changes you may expect in the IT industry in the future?
Work from home is no may not be there, and interviews will be held in directly face to face. Like, I want your views on the changes that we will face in the near future.
So Narendra, I'm not sure. I'm not able to hear your voice clearly, but I got your question. What are the changes expected in the IT industry? First point I want to keep in mind: IT industry is always changing. Not only now, it keeps on changing. Okay. So the most important change, which is completely driving the IT industry, is cloud era. So there are no on-premises environments in the future. In future, every client will maintain their infrastructures, maintain their servers, maintain their database servers, maintain their application servers, everything on cloud. So there's no concept of on-premises switches, on-premises routers, on-premises hardware. So it's everything is on cloud. That's most important driving factor, because of which there are a lot of openings happening for the cloud professionals. So that's one of the most important factors. And cloud and DevOps goes hand in hand. Clients who are moved to cloud, they can enjoy the flexibility of DevOps. So there's both goes together. This is the current changes what is expected in the market. Thomas. Good evening, Thomas. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much. And your location, please.
Yeah, I live in Canada.
Okay.
So yeah, I have experience in IT support, but I have a question. Like, so you said this class is for no 2 months, right? No 45 days.
The class is 5 days a week.
For how many weeks? Is it like 4 weeks, 8 weeks?
It is 45 days.
So after the class, can I use this class to apply for jobs, how to do my resume, like how many years
We will
experience?
help you. We will help you in resume preparation. We will help you in what kind of roles and responsibilities to be placed as part of DevOps engineer. Okay. And you will, once you are perfectly hands-on or whatever we are learning, you will be confident attending the interview. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you very much. How do you happen to know this training?
I think I was just searching on online. So I'm just searching online, then
Okay.
I saw you on LinkedIn. So I added you on my LinkedIn account. So then
Good.
I was able to, So
Thank you. Good morning, Rajiv.
Hello. So, your question is, how about you pay the payment $52?
Are you in the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, I'm in WhatsApp group, but I'm not seeing any
Yesterday
account.
we have posted the payment link. Did you check it?
Check it, but it did not point. Can you repeat? Can you send again?
Today we'll send it again, the payment link. Okay, Raju?
Yeah.
And you need to download the mobile app, please.
Okay.
Download the mobile app and log into mobile app and please complete the payment formalities. Okay, we'll send you the details of it. Okay, Rajiv? Thank you. Okay. Good morning, Ajay. How are you doing?
Yeah, good morning, Sulen.
Thank you
I've
for
been
joining.
waiting since yesterday to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, do not pick. So
You
yeah,
were-
I was waiting for this class last 1.5 months to join that, and I inquired about over the Googles. So even I think I spoke to you 15 days back.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So the thing is, see during the class we will be like in the same fashion to mute in case of in doubt, or you will randomly
In case,
pick someone and
yes, you are right. If you have any doubts, please raise your hand. Okay. There are many people raising the hands, Ajay, as you know. Okay, so I'm randomly picking up the participants. At the beginning, there are many people who wants to talk, but once we get into subject, there are only few people who are allowed to raise their hands. I mean, allowed to unmute because there are more number of participants, but this is how it happens. Please raise your hand definitely and make sure that you'll get an opportunity to talk.
okay. And
or if you have any query, yeah, please.
Okay, well, we can talk to in offline because I don't want to spend more time on this.
Okay, you can shoot an email to support with your queries. Okay, Ajay?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Ravindra K.
Hello.
Good morning, Ravindra. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, sir. Fine. And how about you, sir?
Doing well, thank you. Yes, your question.
Yeah, I'm from Nellore, Andhra Pradesh.
Okay, good.
Actually, I learned AWS from Ankit.
Okay, very good. How is the AWS training?
Yeah, it's very nice, sir.
Thank you.
Actually, I have two doubts. One is, so I learned in the May batch, sir, 87th batch.
No problem.
So in August 10th, I posted, I uploaded the Naukri profile with 3 years experience. So I'm getting the calls AWS with Devops and AWS with data like SQL.
Okay.
But AWS alone, I didn't receive any call.
Okay.
So it's DevOps is mandatory with AWS.
No, it's not mandatory, but there are a lot of opportunities when you mention your DevOps skill sets in your resume along with AWS. Combination is doing good. Nowadays, industry is expecting 2 skill sets, AWS skill sets as well as DevOps skill sets. I mean, as you have experienced it. So that's the reason if you learn DevOps and we include the DevOps, so your profile value gets increased. Okay. And there are a lot of opportunities.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And one more. So if I learn the DevOps, I need to keep again 3 years or 2.5 years experience in DevOps as well as AWS.
No. You have to use combination of AWS and DevOps and mention 2.5 years of experience. Okay.
After completion of this training, so can I survive with the 3 years? of
You can.
experience?
You can.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And there are many people who have done it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ian, good morning. How are you doing? You're now allowed to unmute Ian Kosgi.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, my name is Ian from Kenya.
Thank you for joining. Yes, your question, please.
Okay, my question is, can I do DevOps without even knowing anything about AWS?
You can.
So am I going to be comfortable learning this
I make
DevOps
sure.
without even?
I make sure that you're comfortable even though you're completely zero in AWS. But
Okay.
when you try for a job, when you attend an interview, they'll ask you questions on AWS. You are expected to have
Okay.
skill sets in AWS also. So eventually you have to end up learning both the courses, both DevOps as well as AWS. Anyways, you have started DevOps. Please continue DevOps and also start AWS in the upcoming batches so that you will be comfortable in both the technologies.
Okay.
But
thank
as
you.
long as DevOps is concerned, I make sure you are comfortable even though you're completely zero in AWS.
Okay, thank you.
How do you
That
know?
was my question.
How do you know about this training institute in Kenya?
Okay, nobody in Kenya knows about it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I tried figuring out why people don't know about this, but I told people to join and learn from you, but they were
How do you know
okay.
me?
They never wanted. Yeah, I know you, Sunil.
Have you attended my session before?
Yeah, I've attended the AWS the last time, but here in Kenya there were network issues, there were elections, so I had no. Yeah.
I remember there was a network. There was no network by the government. They have stopped it because of some chaos. Agree?
Yeah. There was chaos
Okay.
about the presidency. Yeah.
About the
But
president
now,
elections.
thank you for. Yeah. But now
I
I'm
think
very
everything is
glad
okay
that.
now.
Yes.
I got to know there are a lot of opportunities in Kenya, but there are no right skilled people in Kenya. Okay, so you can
Yeah.
grab the opportunities.
Yeah. Actually,
Okay.
nobody. There
Thank
are
you.
very few DevOps here in Kenya.
Yes, I know it. I know. Yeah. There
Okay.
are very
Thank you.
limited people of resources who are in DevOps in Kenya. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Take the
Thank you.
advantage. Thank you very much. Okay, one more final call before moving on to today's session. Deepthi.
Hello.
How are you, Deepthi? Good morning.
Hi, Sunil. I'm good. I'm from Australia.
Okay.
My background is architecture, building architecture. I want to switch my career in digital technology.
Okay.
So I did your AWS course.
Very good.
And I got my certification as well. So
Congratulations.
cloud practitioner and associate level certification I got, and now I started learning.
You are in the right track. You are in the right track now. You have started learning DevOps. Please acquire the DevOps skill sets. Okay.
Yeah.
And then try for the job.
I want to ask, through this course, we will learn about GitHub as well.
Yes.
So whatever project we do in AWS, we can transfer there because this is the digital portfolio for us.
You cannot transfer the project. The projects of DevOps are different. The projects of AWS is completely different. Deepthi. Okay. You'll understand it once we get into the practicals. Okay. You cannot transfer the projects from AWS. We will be doing projects on DevOps tools in AWS platform. Okay.
So we will learn on that.
You will
with
learn.
This course.
You are right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepthi. Perfect. Okay. I repeat again. DevOps and its importance we already have discussed. We have an introduction to DevOps. You know what exactly DevOps can do. DevOps is a methodology and that can be implemented by using set of tools. So DevOps is nothing but set of tools. They are close to. There are many tools. What we are learning is 8 tools. These DevOps tools, we can learn it on AWS platform. The DevOps tools, we can also learn it on Microsoft Azure. DevOps tools, we can learn it on Google Cloud Platform also. Agree, isn't it? So, but what we are learning, as you can see, as you all know, we are learning DevOps on AWS Cloud. So when you are planning to learn DevOps on AWS Cloud, you have to have an AWS account. You have to have an AWS account. So in this session, I'll show you quickly I'll guide you the process of creating an AWS account. If you're not having AWS account, my dear friends, if you're not having AWS account, after completing this session, as you know, we'll be sharing the recordings to you. Please follow the recording and go ahead and create a new AWS account. It's very, very important. So let's go ahead and learn how to create a new AWS account. So before showing you how to create an AWS account, so what is AWS? Let's spend some time. What is AWS? Let's make it simplified. AWS is nothing but a collection of services. On a high level, it's nothing but collection of services. AWS is collection of services. Obviously, next question, how many services? Sunil, you said that AWS is collection of services. Each service is having its own advantage or its own functionality. AWS is collection of services. Each service is having its own functionality. So can you give me an example of a service, especially non-technical people? Sunil, you said that AWS is collection of services. Give me an example of service. We all know Google Drive. We all know Google Drive, isn't it? So Google Drive is an example of a service. It's a storage service. Yes. You have some documents, you have some images, you want to save your data. So you can save it in Google Drive, agree, isn't it? So what is Google Drive? Google Drive is a storage service. The functionality is you can store the data. This is a service provided by Google in the same way. So my difference, AWS is collection of services. AWS is collection of services. Okay, each service is having its own functionality. Very good. Now I'll show you. So you might have questions. So AWS is collection of services. How many services we are having in AWS? I'll show you. If you want to see this list of services, as I have mentioned, AWS is collection of services. If you want to see the list of services, the URL is AWS. The login, you can log into URL using the, you can log into Amazon by using the URL aws.amazon.com. I'll show you, as I told you that AWS is nothing but collection of services. I will show you now list of services AWS provides. So the URL is aws.amazon.com. Sign in. As I already have an account, I'm signing in. My dear friends, I am already having an AWS account, so I'm signing it with my email address. If you're new to AWS, if you're not having AWS account, here we have an option of creating a new AWS account. But I'm not creating a new AWS account. Let me log into my AWS account. Let me log into AWS account. Perfect. I have logged into AWS account. As I have told you, AWS is what? As I have told you, AWS is collection of services. I've just logged into AWS account. Here we have an option of view all services, isn't it? This is called as console home. And when I click on view all services, my dear friends, you're getting a long list of services. Look at this. Oh my God, these are all the list of services. So here we have, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. Okay. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Oh my God, 70, 10 more, 80. See, close to 200 services. These are all services. EC2 is one service. Lightsail is one service. Lambda is one service. Batch is one. These are all categories. Compute is one category. Machine learning is one category. Containers is one category. Storage is one category. Database related services. Analytics related services. Migration related services. Networking related services. Security related. These are all categories. Under each category, there are a lot of services. So these are all services. So my dear friends, AWS is a cloud platform. It's nothing but collection of services. And if you want to experience this collection of services, if you want to try these services, you can do that by using the URL aws.amazon.com. So I'm sure I have shown you what is AWS. But if you want to create a new AWS account, so you have to, I already have logged in because I already have an AWS account. If you're not having an AWS account, you have to create a new account. The URL is aws.amazon.com. Now, what are the prerequisites required to create a new AWS account? To create a new AWS account, very important point, you should have mobile number. First, you should have an email address. Without that, you cannot create an AWS account. You may have questions, Sunil, we all have an email address. That's not a problem at all. Yes, very good. First point, if you want to create a new AWS account, you have to have an email address. Very good. You should also have a mobile number. Okay, everyone will have a mobile number. That's not a problem. In case if you are having two mobile numbers, please use a mobile number which is linked to your bank account. Are you understanding? If you are maintaining two mobile numbers, if you're maintaining two SIM cards, please use the mobile number which is linked to your bank account. To create a new AWS account, you should have an email address, you should have a mobile number, and step 3, you should have a debit card. Okay, you should have a debit card. Debit card is easy. Everybody is having a debit card. Credit card could be a problem, but we all have a debit card. Or you can also use credit card. Anything is fine. Preferably debit card, but anything is okay. You can use a debit card. You can also use a credit card. And one more important point, your debit card or credit card should be enabled for international transactions. Are you understanding? My dear friends, if you have a debit card, please make sure that you talk to the customer care of the banker and ask their debit card to enable for international transactions. This is very important. When you may have a debit card, but it may not be enabled for international transactions. In such case, you might get failure. Please make sure if you are having mobile app, you can access your debit card from the mobile app and then you can enable from the mobile app itself. This option is provided by ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank also, but you can also talk to any bank customer care. Make sure that your debit card is enabled for international transactions. Next. One more important point, RuPay card will not work. You have to use only Visa card or MasterCard. Are you understanding? Okay. So these are the prerequisites. You should have an email address, you should have a mobile number which is linked to your bank account, and you should have a debit card which is enabled for international transactions, and it should be Visa and MasterCard. RuPay card will not work. If you have all these details, yes, you can go ahead and create a new AWS account. The URL to go ahead and create a new AWS account is aws.amazon.com. As I have just shown you, let me log into aws.amazon.com from scratch again. The URL is aws.amazon.com. Very good. Sign into the console. And here you have an option of create a new AWS account. Here we have an option creating a new AWS account. So go ahead and create a new AWS account. When you create a new AWS account, it is asking to enter the email address and select an account name. Okay, this is step 1. You need to enter your email address. I have prepared a documentation. I have prepared a documentation. Please look at this. The process of creating an AWS account. I have created a documentation. I'll be sharing this PDF file to you along with the screenshots. Can you see here? I've clearly taken the screenshots and then I have provided documentation. Please follow this document as well as so that you feel comfortable creating a new AWS account. Step 1, as you can see in the document, Step 1, as you can see in the document, you need to visit this website aws.amazon.com. You need to furnish your, I hope it is very clear. The AWS account which you are creating now is free for 12 months. My dear friends, the AWS account includes 12 months of free tier access. So this free tier access is more than enough for us to do hands-on and DevOps. So remember, the AWS account is free for a period of 12 months, obviously with some limitations. Okay. So please provide your email address. Please provide your email address. Please provide your login password, and please select your account name. Click on continue. So step 1, you have to furnish your email address. So we have furnished our email address on step 1. Okay. I hope I'm very clear. Step 2, it will ask you a mobile number. Please look at the screenshot. Please look at the screenshot. Next, very important. You need to enter your contact information on step 2. You need to enter your contact information. Very important point. Please look at the screen. AWS provides 2 types of accounts. Please look at the screen. AWS provides 2 types of accounts, professional account and personal account. I hope it is clearly visible. I hope it is clearly visible. AWS provides 2 types of accounts. Can you see here? Professional account and personal account. You are creating AWS account for your personal use. You're creating an AWS account for personal use. So go ahead and select the option as personal. Provide your name, provide your contact number, provide your country. I've seen many participants providing India number and country, they select it as US. Please provide the right 10-digit mobile number and then provide the right country. Combination should be right. Provide the address if required. So step 3, you need to enter your debit card or credit card details. So you haven't enter your credit card, enter your expiry date, enter your card holder's name. So that's what I'm doing here. I have entered my card details. You can see here. And then it will ask you, do you have PAN? You don't need to furnish your PAN, not required. Scroll down. AWS will verify whether the debit card, what you have entered is valid or not by charging 2 rupees from your bank account. AWS will verify whether the debit card details what you have entered is correct or not by charging 2 rupees from your bank account. You'll receive an OTP to validate your debit card. Next. Enter your mobile number one more time to confirm your identity. You need to enter your mobile number one more time, scroll down, and you get an SMS again to verify the mobile number what you have entered. First SMS to verify the debit card, second SMS to verify the mobile number what you have entered. Next point, AWS provides 3 types of plans. As you can see in the screen, my dear friends, AWS provides 3 types of plans: a basic plan, a developer plan which is charging for $29 per month, business plan which charges $100 per month. So basic plan is more than enough. Please go ahead and select the basic plan. The basic plan is free. Okay, the basic plan is free for a period of 12 months. So please select the plan as basic, remember. And please select your role. And please select your technology of interest, click on OK. So that's it. You get a thank you message saying that your AWS account has been successfully created. You can verify your email. You get an email saying that your AWS account has been successfully created. And then you can log into AWS account. And sometimes once the AWS account is created, it will take approximately 12 hours of time for activation. Okay. Once the AWS account is successfully created, and it will take approximately 12 hours time for getting activated, you get one more mail saying that the AWS account is active. Sometimes it gets activated instantly. So this is how you have to create a new AWS account. I hope I'm very clear, my dear friends. I hope I'm very clear in showing you how to create a new AWS account. Any questions? Any questions on creating an AWS account? Please raise your hand. Any questions in creating a new AWS account? Please raise your hand. Okay. Yes, Deepti.
Sir, after 12 months, when I have to create new account, or I can use this one because it's not free?
After 2 months, your
12
AWS,
months.
after 12 months, you can continue using your existing AWS account, but you will be charged for it. Okay, so whatever you're creating the EC2 machines, you will be billed. Okay, the nominal bill. Otherwise, what you can do, you can stop this AWS account and create a new AWS account. You can use the same debit card. Please please use a new email address. Okay, Deepthi?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Amir. Good morning, Amir. How are you? And you're from which city?
Oh, hi, sir. I'm from Hyderabad, but right now I'm in Canada.
Canada. Okay.
Yes. So I'm in my last semester for completing masters.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
So thought of starting the career in AWS.
Good idea.
Because the cloud market is expanding and it's in the future.
Yeah. Your question.
Yes. My question is that first thing, I cannot see the video.
You cannot see the video?
Yes.
Are you in the WhatsApp group?
You're sharing. Yes.
Are you in the WhatsApp group?
Yes.
We have shared the video link in the WhatsApp group. Have you seen? Yesterday?
Oh, which video? No.
We already have shared the yesterday's video in our WhatsApp group using the link.
That has, yes, but on the Zoom call, live video isn't.
You cannot see my screen now?
Now I can see.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay then. Thank you.
That's all. And one more thing, sir. Last, how many days course is this?
45 days.
45 days. Okay. Thank you.
Chandrasekhar.
Hello.
Hello, Chandrasekhar. Good morning.
Yeah, very good morning. Hi, Sunil. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing? And your experience, please.
Yeah, Sunil, actually, I'm based in Hyderabad. Actually, I have experience in around 10 plus years of experience in operations management.
Operations management in the IT industry?
Yeah. Not in the IT industry, a couple of other industries, not in IT.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in CD, animation, graphics kind of thing. And,
okay.
But actually, I'm planning to explore my career into the Devops or AWS and Devops.
You want to get into IT industry?
Right.
Good.
But yeah, how it can be helpful for me?
Yeah, Chandrasekhar, you are in the right track. You have to learn, as I told you, you have to learn both the courses. You have to learn DevOps. You have to learn AWS.
Okay.
You have to do hands-on whatever we are practicing, Chandrasekhar. That's very important, especially for you.
Okay.
Because you're completely shifting from non-IT industry to IT industry. You need to do hard work when compared to other participants.
Okay.
From my side, I promise whatever I'm delivering is 100% very clear. Okay. The only effort for expected is to acquire these skills on AWS and DevOps. Once you're perfect in whatever we are learning, we help you in resume preparation, what kind of roles and responsibilities needs to be placed. If you're perfect in whatever you're learning, you'll be confident enough attending the interviews.
Right, got it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. One more thing, whatever AWS account we created for the this AWS, same account we can use for here also, no?
Yeah, you can. If you already have an AWS account, you can continue using the same account. Okay.
Actually, parallelly, I'm listening that AWS course also.
From Ankit Narula.
Right. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
you can continue using the same AWS account.
Okay. Is it good now? It's parallelly we can do both.
Yeah, if you have time, it is good. You can save time.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Michael Patterson.
Hello, how you doing?
I am doing. How are you?
I'm good. My question is, I'm kind of new to the IT field, and I'm trying to get this cloud understanding down pat. My question is, should I do AWS first, then development ops?
Anything is possible. You can learn AWS and then come to DevOps, or vice versa. You can learn DevOps first and come to AWS. Whichever, anything is okay. But finally, you have to learn both the courses. Okay, Michael?
Okay, thank you so much.
Perfect. Yes. We have learned how to create a new AWS account. The prerequisite for DevOps is Linux. You should be good in Linux fundamentals. So you have to be very comfortable in basics of Linux commands. So you need to have a Linux operating system. How can I learn Linux here on Windows? My laptop is installed with Windows, isn't it? I cannot learn Linux on my personal laptop. You need a Linux environment. Am I right? Are you understanding? So this is a Windows environment. You cannot learn Linux in the Windows environment. You need to have a Linux machine. So as we do not have a Linux environment, option one, what I can do, I can format my laptop. Agree? I can format my laptop and install laptop with Linux operating system. So I can do hands-on. That's option one. And format my Windows machine and then install Linux, option one. Option two, you can create Linux machine. You can create Linux machine. My dear friends, this is especially for beginners. I'm a little slow. You can create a Linux machine on AWS cloud. Whatever the operating system you want, you can create new Linux machine. You can create a new Windows machine. You can create a Mac operating system, whichever you want. You can create it on AWS. I don't want to format my laptop. I'm comfortable with the Windows operating system. So what I want to do, as my plan is to learn Linux, so I will be creating a Linux machine on AWS. If your plan is to create this kind of Linux machines or a Windows machine or Mac operating system, whichever machine you want to create, you can create in AWS by using a service called as EC2. What is EC2? EC2 is the name of the service, Elastic Compute Cloud. What is EC2? EC2 is a service, as I said, AWS is collection of services. There are close to 200 services. There is a service called EC2 using which you can create a new Linux machine or a Windows machine, whichever machine you want, you can create it by using a service called as EC2. So what are we waiting for? Let's log into AWS. Let's log into AWS. Once we log into AWS, we'll be selecting a service called as EC2. Once we select the service called as EC2, we will be learning how to create a Linux machine. So what are we doing now in our AWS cloud? This is the AWS cloud platform. And what are we doing now? We are learning how to create a Linux machine. Correct? That's what we are doing. We are learning the process of creating a Linux machine. Let's go ahead and create a Linux machine. Okay. How can we do it? Log into AWS. That's the first thing you have to do it. The URL, you know it, it's aws.amazon.com. Sign into the console. Let me log in with my credentials. Let me log in with the credentials. You will be in AWS console home. In AWS console home, go to all services if you want to see list of all the services. So these are all the list of services. Under compute category, we have a service called EC2. Can you see? There is a first service called EC2. The purpose of this service EC2 is to create a new machines, whatever you want on AWS. So I'm selecting the service EC2. Go to instances. Instances are nothing but machines. Go to instances. I already have 9 machines in my AWS account. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see? We have all, these are all the machines which I already have it. In your case, if you're completely new, you will get 0 machines. You will get nothing in the dashboard. These are the machines which I have created. I'm using it for my previous batches, but do not worry about the existing instances. What I want now is to create a new Linux machine. What I want is to create a new Linux machine. And here we have an option of launch instances. Here we have an option of launch instances, which helps in creating a new machine. So we are going ahead and creating a 10th machine. I don't want to use existing machines. I just want to show you how can we create a new machine. So okay, here we have an option creating launch instances. Okay, selected launch instances. Okay, so we are launching an instance. Amazon EC2 allows you to create virtual machine, or you're creating our own machine. So when you're creating your own machine, you have to provide a name to the machine. Okay, so I'm writing it as machine 1. Any name, it can be your name, it can be my name. I'm naming it as machine 1. Next, application and operating system. So you have to select next, you have to select operating system here. Obviously, when you're creating a new machine, my difference, do you want to create Amazon Linux, or do you want to create Mac operating system? Do you want to create Windows operating system? Do you want to create Red Hat? You have all the options. You can see there are all the options available, or you can select more options here. So I want to create a Linux machine, and I want to create an Ubuntu flavor of Linux. So I'm selecting Ubuntu. First step, I have selected name. I have entered the name. Next step, I have selected operating system. When you select Ubuntu operating system, you have to select the version also. Scroll down. You can see as you have selected Ubuntu, you get different versions of Ubuntu, Ubuntu 22 version, Ubuntu 20 version, a lot of versions available. Okay. There were a lot of versions available, and observe there are few operating systems which are eligible for free tier. There are few options which are not eligible for free tier. Keep in mind that we are creating an AWS account. We have created a free account. So please make sure that you select the free tier eligibilities. Otherwise, you end up getting a bill. So I want to go with any version, whichever I want. So let me go with Ubuntu version 18. So I have selected Ubuntu, and Ubuntu version 18 is what I have selected. And it is a 64-bit operating system. Very good. Scroll down. I have a question. You have to choose instance type. What do you mean by instance type? Try to understand this question. You're creating a new AWS account. So you're creating a new Linux machine. Very good. But my point is, what is the hardware configuration of this Linux machine? What is the hardware configuration of the Linux machine? What does that mean? What do you mean by hardware configuration? Hardware configuration is nothing but what is the memory of this particular EC2 machine? How much gigabyte of memory? Is it an 8 gigabyte RAM, or is it a 4 gigabyte memory? And what is the processor? How many processors this Linux machine is having, and what is the storage hard disk capacity of this particular line? This is the hardware configuration. Obviously, this is important. When you're creating a Linux machine, you have to select the hardware configuration. Generally, every machine will have 3 components. In my laptop, also my laptop is coming with 500 GB of storage, and I have an i7 processor, and I have my laptop is having a memory of 8 gigabyte. In the same way, when you're creating a Linux machine, you have to be very clear with the hardware configuration. The hardware configuration of the Linux machine, which you are planning to create, the hardware configuration of the Linux machine is dependent on instance type. The hardware configuration of a Linux machine is dependent on instance type. You can see here, I am selecting an instance type T2 micro. What does that mean? That means this instance type of T2 micro comes with 1 CPU. As you can see in my screen, it comes with 1 CPU and 1 gigabyte memory. Now you know the hardware configuration of this particular Linux machine. The hardware configuration of this particular Linux machine, which you are creating now, the hardware configuration of the Linux machine, which we are creating now, is 1 gigabyte memory, and how many processors? 1 processor. Okay, and storage information, you'll get it soon. So instance type, let's say you want a higher configuration. Let's say Sunil, 1 gigabyte memory is a very low, very small instance. Let's say I want a 8 gigabyte memory, 16 gigabyte memory, and not 1 processor, I want 16 processors. So you can increase the hardware configuration by selecting the instance type. There are different types of instances are available. So T2 nano, T2 micro, T2 small, T2 medium, T2 large, T2 extra large. Look at this T2 extra large, comes with 4 CPU and 16 gigabyte memory. Okay, so these are the higher the configuration, the price increases. That's what obviously you know it, is it? Okay, so there are a lot of instances you can see here. There are a lot of different types of instances you can explore. So T3 extra large comes with 32 gigabyte memory and 8 processors. The higher the configuration, obviously the bill is also accordingly increased. So what I have selected is T2 micro. Because this is the only instance type which is eligible for free tier. The T2 micro instances is more than enough for us. Okay, so I'm selecting the T2 micro instance. Next, key pair. What is a key pair? Let's say you have successfully created a Linux machine. Okay, you have successfully created Linux machine. Whenever you successfully create a Linux machine, AWS will provide you a key pair. AWS will provide you a key pair. From your personal laptop, you want to connect to the Linux machine. Once the Linux machine is successfully created in the AWS cloud or AWS data center, you want to connect to the Linux machine. You can successfully connect to Linux machine only when you have a key pair with you. You have a key pair with you. So whenever you create an EC2 machine, you have to download the key pair. My dear friends, key pair is nothing but a file with extension .pem. Key pair is nothing but file with extension .pem. Okay, to be more clear, I want to download my key pair in my Devops batch 97 folder in my desktop. Can you see there's a folder called Devops batch 97? In this particular folder, I want to download the key pair. Very good. Very good. So look at this. So I am going ahead and creating a new key pair. Mention the key pair name. Let's say I write it as this is Devops. This is a 6 a.m. KP. Right? This is the key pair. Key pair name can be it can be your name, my name. To be more clear, this is a key pair of Devops 6 a.m. I'm key pair ending with KP. That's what I'm doing here. And I create my key pair. When you create a key pair, it will ask you where do you want to save my key pair. I want to save my key pair in my desktop. There's a new folder with the name Devops batch 97, and I have saved my key pair. Yes. And you can see here, key pair is nothing but file with extension .pem. And you can now know, obviously, you can also see it is a file with extension .pem. It's a small file of 2 KB. And this is a key pair which you have downloaded. Remember, you have to download the key pair. And you can connect. What is the advantage of key pair? What is the importance of this key pair? You can connect to the Linux machine only when you have a key pair. Otherwise, you cannot connect. That's the security reasons. Next. Network settings. Network settings is all about opening the port. What do you mean by opening the port? Let me make this point very clear. You are creating a Linux machine, no doubt. We are creating a Linux machine, very good. But the point is, when can you successfully connect to a Linux machine? You can successfully connect it to a Linux machine only when you can successfully connect to a Linux machine only when port is open. What should be open? Port is open. Port is nothing but a gate. Point of communication is port. For example, you buy a pen drive, you want to use your pen drive, you want to store some data in your pen drive. You will connect pen drive to USB port. Agree? So USB port is point of communication from your laptop. So ports are point of communications. I'll give one more example. You want to connect your laptop to television. You want to connect your laptop to your TV. You connect using HDMI port. So HDMI port is one more point of communication. So you want to connect your headphones and mic to your laptop. You connect using this jack audio port. So there's different types of ports available in your laptop. In the same way, there are different types of ports which are helping in communicating to different types of operating systems. So when you want to connect to Linux machine, you have to open SSH port. What port you need to open? SSH port. You can connect only when the SSH port is open. So you have to open this SSH port, otherwise you cannot connect. And you don't need to do this. You don't need to open the port. As AWS is intelligent, it automatically understands that the SSH port needs to be open, and it has opened for you. Can you see? Allow SSH traffic. So it is very intelligent. It is allowing SSH traffic. That means it is allowing the SSH port to be open. to the Linux machine. So take the default, don't worry. And coming to storage, config in storage is nothing but hard disk. AWS is providing you 8 GB of storage. So now you have the complete hardware configuration, 1 GB memory, 1 processor, and 8 GB of storage. Perfect. So you have the complete configuration of the Linux machine. Scroll down and we are almost done. How many number of instances? Very good. I want to have 1 instance. You can go ahead and create 10 instances in one shot. That's okay. So I am done with all my details. Okay. I'm done with all my details. Please review the details. You can see here summary. We are creating 1 instance of Ubuntu operating system 18 version, and it is a T2 micro instances with a security group, with this opening SSH port, and this coming with 8 GB of storage. Got it? Okay, so click on launch instance. So this is how you have to create an instance. Let's wait for the machine to get launched. Successfully launched the instance. Very good. Scroll down, click on view instances. And right now, previously there were 9 instances. When you click on refresh, it will change to 10. As you can see, there are 10 instances. Where is the new instance which I just now created? Okay, so I need to probably scroll down. Yes. Can you see this is the machine which is in running state? Can you see at the last bottom, this is the machine 1 which I have created and it is in running state. Perfect. So like this, you have to create the machines. Okay. And the machine, when you have created a machine, sometimes it will be pending state. You need to wait for just a minute for the machine to get into running state. Okay. The machine is running. Very good. I have a question to you, my dear friends. My question is, where did we create the Linux machine? Answer my question. Where did we create the Linux machine? You may have a question, Sunil. That's a silly question. You have created a Linux machine on AWS cloud. Very good. You are right. But in which data center? In which region? In other words, which data center? As you can see in the right side top, I have created my Linux machine in Mumbai data center. I have created my Linux machine in Mumbai data center. Okay, please observe. So in the right side top, you'll find the data center. Okay, so AWS is having a lot of data centers. Need not be in Mumbai. If you want, you can create your Linux machine in Singapore. You can select the Singapore. You can see here. You can select the Singapore region. You can also select North Virginia's region, and whichever region you want. Please remember, but stick to one particular region. I want to stick to Mumbai region because I'm from India, so I'm selecting Mumbai region. Stick to one particular region and continue using the same region so that you will not get confused. So I have created it in Mumbai region. If you want, you can create it in Singapore. Look at this, I'm selecting Singapore. In Singapore, I do not have any instances. Right now I'm in Singapore. If you want, you can go ahead and create instances in the Singapore region. Just want to show you. It's worldwide. You can select, it's a cloud platform. You can create it in any data center, whichever you want. I want to go back to Mumbai region. Let me look at the instance which I have just now created. Yes, this is the machine which I have just now created. Very good. Machine is ready. Sunil, how can we connect? How can I connect? So machine is somewhere running in Mumbai data center. I am from Hyderabad city. And the Linux machine which I have created is running in Mumbai. How can I connect? First important point. If you want to connect to Linux machine, you need a terminal, my dear friends. Very, very important. What you need is a terminal. You can connect to Linux machine only when you have terminal installed on your laptop. You have to install the terminal. There are several terminals available to connect to Linux machine. One example of a terminal which is very popular is Putty. Putty is an example of a terminal. You can download a Putty terminal and then connect using the Putty terminal, but I'm not using Putty terminal. I want to show you something very interesting terminal called Git Bash. Now I'm introducing you a terminal called as Git Bash. If anybody asks you what is Git Bash, your answer should be, yeah, Git Bash is a terminal. Now what I'm doing, I am installing what Git Bash. What is Git Bash? Git Bash is a terminal. What is the use of this terminal? The Git Bash terminal is used to connect to Linux machine. I want to connect to Linux machine, which is somewhere running in Mumbai data center, and you need a terminal. And obviously, there are a lot of terminals available, but I want to introduce a very important, a very comfortable, very popular terminal called Git Bash. So step one, what you have to do, you have to download this terminal. What terminal you have to download? You have to download what terminal you have to download? You have to download this Git Bash terminal. How to download the Git Bash terminal? I'm showing you now. Open Google. Search for what do you want? Search for whatever you want. Git Bash download. Select the first link, git-scm.com. And you want to download it for Windows operating system because my laptop is on Windows. Click here to download the latest version of the terminal, where I want to download in my downloads folder. It's getting downloaded. It's a small software, just 47 MB. The terminal is downloaded. Where is the terminal downloaded? You can see the terminal is successfully downloaded. You can see in the downloads folder also, it is very obvious that the terminal is downloaded. As the terminal is now downloaded, okay, where is it downloaded? Let me open the terminal. It has been downloaded. Okay, let me open the downloads. It has been downloaded, and as it is an exe file, you need to run the exe file. Show in a folder, it is downloaded. This is the location. It has been downloaded. As it is an exe file, I'll run it. Are you sure you want to install this Git Bash terminal? Yes. Just click on next, 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 next. That's it. Click on install. That's it. Take all the default options and your terminal will be installed in no time. So what are we installing? We are installing just a terminal. What is the terminal called as? Git Bash. Terminology is very important. Remember the terminal name is Git Bash. Done. Completed. Finished. The terminal is installed. My dear friends, what terminal? The Git Bash terminal is installed. Okay. Now, how to check whether the terminal is installed or not? You can go to start and then search for Git Bash. Not here. You can search for Git Bash. You'll find this term. This is how the terminal looks like. This is how a terminal looks like. Okay, along with Git Bash terminals, there are some other terminals which we installed. Don't worry about this. You have to make sure that you have this Git Bash option in your laptop. So this is successfully installed. Next. Why did we install the terminal? Because you want to connect to Linux machine. Very good. How can I connect? If you want to connect it to the Linux machine, you need to open the terminal which you have downloaded. Very good. And remember, how can you open the terminal? You can directly go to start option, search for the terminal, whichever you want, and you can, okay, this is one way of opening the terminal. Okay, so right now your terminal is pointing. Where is your terminal pointing to? Your terminal is pointing to, you can see the path it is pointing to C drive users admin directory. Okay, so but your terminal should point out, my dear friends, your terminal should point out to the location where the PEM file is available. Do you remember whenever you're creating a new AWS account, whenever you create a new Linux machine, it has downloaded a PEM file? Do you remember we have downloaded a PEM file? I'll show you where did we download the PEM file. I remember I have downloaded the PEM file. Can you see here we have downloaded the PEM file? I remember I downloaded the PEM file, Devops 6 AMKP, isn't it? And where did I download the PEM file? I have shown you, I think, I hope you remember. I have downloaded in Devops batch 97. So in my desktop, this is the location where the Devops batch 97. So go to this particular folder where the PEM file is available. Remember the logo to location where the PEM file is available, and then open the terminal from here. I have seen many participants opening the PEM file. You should not open the PEM file, my dear friends. Please do not select the PEM file. Okay, so what you have to do, right click on this free space, and there here you have an option of Git Bash from here. You need to open the Git Bash here. So, right, this is how you have to open the terminal. Remember, your terminal should always point out to desktop, Devops batch 97, or any other folder where you have the PEM file available. Perfect. Now, once the terminal is ready, you have to run which command? SSH command. Which command is used? The SSH command is used to connect the terminal. You don't need to write the SSH command. AWS provides you the SSH command. So go to the Linux machine. Go to the Linux machine which you want to connect. Select the machine. Here you have an option of connect. When you click on connect button, go to SSH client. There are 4 clients. There are 4 term types available. You need to go to SSH client, and this is the SSH command which you need to copy. Copy the SSH command. Okay, I'm just showing you. This is the SSH command. Just showing you. This is the SSH command which helps you to connect to the Linux machine. Remember, the command uses the PEM file. That's important. The command uses the PEM file. That's important. So copy this SSH command. And where should run it? You have to run it in the terminal. You have to run that in the terminal. Okay, and just click on press enter. It will ask you, are you sure you want to connect? Are you sure you want to connect? Yes, I want to connect to Linux machine. Click on enter. Yes, my dear friends, hooray, we have successfully connected. You have successfully connected. Sunil, what is the proof that you're connected? You're getting an IP address 172.31.12.213. Is that the same IP address? Let us confirm. Is that the same IP address? Let us confirm. Yes, this is the machine. I am selecting the machine 172.31.12.213. Is it the same IP address? Yes, it is the same IP address. Who I have connected. So I have created Linux machine somewhere in Mumbai, my dear friends. We have created Linux machine somewhere in a different region, Mumbai or Singapore or whatever it is. And then from my personal laptop, I am connected to Linux machine. And from here, I can go ahead and learn the Linux commands. That's the beauty of cloud. Linux is not installed on my personal laptop. It is installed on the AWS cloud data center. Perfect. I'll show you one more time how to connect, how to disconnect, exit to disconnect the connection, one more time to close the terminal. I open one more time how to open the terminal. Go to the location where the PEM file is. So remember the location where the PEM file, and you have to practice, my dear friends. Watch the video, practice. So you have to open the terminal, right click on this particular folder. Don't open the PEM file, right click and open the terminal here. And what command is used? SSH command is used. You don't need to type the SSH command. AWS provides you the SSH command. Select the machine whichever you want. Select the machine whichever you want, and then you have an option of connect. It will generate the SSH command, and this SSH command, paste it, click on yes. And the moment you put on yes, you can see it has been connected. Perfect. So what is Git Bash? Git Bash is a terminal which is used once you're done practicing, once you're doing hands-on. Please exit to close the connection. Connection is disconnected. Connection is closed. One more exit to close the terminal. And once you're done practicing, select the machine. Right now the machine is running. Please stop. See, whenever you're done, whenever I'm doing hands-on, after completing the practice, you have to stop the mission. We should handle the missions very carefully. As you're done practicing, stop the missions. And whenever you want, you can start the mission by going to instance state. So did we meet our agenda? My dear friends, did we meet our agenda? You now know how to create a new AWS account. If you're not having an AWS account, please follow this session. Go ahead and create a new AWS account. You now know how to create a Linux machine. Follow my steps. Go ahead and create a Linux machine. You now know how to connect to Linux machine. If you want to connect to Linux machine, you need to have this SSH command. You should also have a terminal. Okay, so you now know how to download the terminal and use this SSH command. And what is Git Bash? Git Bash is a terminal which helps you to connect to Linux machine. My dear friends, please respond in the chat box. Are you happy with today's session? My dear friends, please respond in the chat box. Are you happy with today's session? Am I clear in explaining you the agenda for today's session? You now know the process of creating a Linux machine, and you now know how the process of connecting to the Linux machine. My promise, whatever I explain, is 100% very clear. It's up to you to take the best of the training by doing the hands-on. You success happens only when you maintain the interest and commitment till the end of the course. Okay, and it's up to you. The success path is already defined, and there are, let's stop the chat, and there are a lot of success stories. So before completing, let's have interaction with some of the participants, starting with Narayana. Good morning.
Yes, Sunil, very good morning.
How is today's class? Thank you very much. I'm good.
Yeah, very fine, Sunil. And I mean, teaching and explanation is also very fantastic.
Thank
Way
you.
of teaching and everything. And Sunil, yesterday I was trying to reach you and
Okay.
contacted one of your, I mean, over there. So I got to know all the information, most of the information.
Okay.
And it's related to the payment. Yesterday evening, I have paid amount. And the thing is, it is getting the error gateway for I mean 501.
How are you making the payment?
I mean through credit card online. Whichever you
Using the
have
mobile
mentioned
app,
the Devops.
payment link.
No, using my laptop. Where I mean you have shared the Devops batch 97.1. You have given one link, right? Devops payment link. Using that link.
What is your location? Are you from India?
Yes, sir. Basically, I'm from Nellore, Andhra Pradesh.
What is your current location?
Bangalore.
Okay. You have you downloaded mobile app?
No, I didn't.
The first step, what you have to do is to download the mobile app. Do you have the mobile app link to download?
Okay, I will try today.
Please check the WhatsApp group, download the mobile app, and so you have to select batch 97. What is your batch? I hope you know it. Devops batch 97. This is our batch number.
Yes. Yes.
First step, it's not only for Narayana, it's everybody. Step 1, download the mobile app. We have mobile app for both Android as well as Apple. You have to download the mobile app and then log into mobile app, preferably by using email address. There are two options. You can log in using mobile number. You can now log in using email address. Please log in using email address. And especially for US participants, you have to log in with email address only. Once you log in with your email address, select step 3, select the course. So that is Devops batch 97, and then check out. Narayana, please follow this. Okay. International participants, please, you have to check out using your credit card. Indian participants, you can check out using your debit card or Google Pay, Phone Pay. All these are allowed. Okay. Thank you, Narayana. Please download the mobile app.
Sunil,
Try from the mobile app.
Sure, Sunil. And I mean, the amount is created from my account. I have contacted
Amount is already credited.
colleague.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's
okay,
what
okay.
my question.
Okay, we will check it.
Whether
Don't
it
worry.
is,
Don't worry.
okay.
If amount is
Yeah,
credited, don't
okay.
worry. We'll make sure they'll get the access to the batch recordings. Okay.
And one more thing, Sunil, I have query related to the session, not related to session AWS. See, there is you were explaining something, and parallelly there is AWS patches are going on. So I'm probably going with the training also. So
Okay.
if I would like to go, take a certification from the AWS, whichever you preferable. Like there is a associate or practitioner
Okay.
or
Go to
professional. Can I
Solutions
go
Architect
directly to
Associate.
the? Okay, I'm basically,
AWS
and one more thing.
Solutions Architect Associate
Okay, and
level.
one more thing.
Please try. This is the right certification.
Sure, sir. I mean, directly, can I do this, right? There is
Yeah,
any
you can do it.
step-by-step
No,
practice
you can
before I
directly
check.
do this.
Basically, I'm from the build and release engineer side, not purely on DevOps or like AWS.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
cloud engineer operations. I'm legacy build and release. So
Okay.
I'm overall having the
Yeah.
close to 13 years of experience. Because of that reason, I would like to move.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
definitely. This will be very
overall
helpful
career
for you,
perspective.
Narayana. Helpful for you. 100% this will be helpful.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly. That is the
Okay.
reason. Basically, Linux and Git Jenkins part of aware of that with my
Okay.
regular activities and really, roles and responsibilities. The
Now
Git
you
part
want to
is
have an
Devops.
overall
I
solution.
mean, yes, I mean Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform,
Yes,
Ansible.
that's covered.
These are the new.
Thank you, Narayana.
And I heard this one of my best closest friend, his colleague joined under your training, and I was, I mean, eagerly waiting your training session.
Okay,
When
so
we
you are
had a
referred by
discussion last,
your
about to
friend.
start last. Yeah, exactly.
Convey my regards to him. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you. Anup Kumar. You are allowed to unmute, Anup. Good evening, Andy. How are you doing? You are now allowed to unmute.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, how you doing, guys?
I'm doing good, Andy. How are you doing?
Doing good, thank you. I'm new in the DevOps IT community, no experience, just from the street.
Okay.
But I'm very excited.
How is today's session? Are you able to understand it?
Oh yeah, I was able to follow. It was pretty fast, but I was able to follow already. Yes.
As you can enjoy the advantage of recordings, if you feel it is fast, you can replay the recording and then and take the advantage. Okay.
Yes, correct. So my question is, once you create a machine, right, and you see all the instances, can you delete a machine if you create it by mistake?
Yes, you can do it. Select the machine whichever you want. If you want to remove the instance, there's an option called terminate.
Terminate, yes, but
When you
it's still going to show it, right?
No, what I have stopped it. I have not terminated it because I want to use this instance tomorrow. I have stopped the instance. When you do not want the instance permanently, please terminate it. Okay.
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 Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Many participants raising their hands. So obviously, I hope you know we cannot talk with all. I'm randomly selecting some of the participants. Desmond.
Hi, Sunil.
Good evening for you.
Good. Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, how did you know?
I can easily figure out. And what's your location? I think you're from US.
Yeah, from Canada. Okay, Canada. Thank you so much. I mean, I have tried to take this course before now, but not too well. But I mean, just your explanation today is something else. I mean, I could just tell the knowledge I would acquire by the end of this program. Yeah, thank you so very much. Really, really interesting.
How do you know about this institute? Did anybody recommend it?
So, yeah, a friend of mine recommended it for me. Yeah. So, I would like to do you have the one you took? I just wanted to know in the app because I'm in the app. The AWS you personally took. Do you have the course?
Please repeat your question.
Yeah, I wanted to know the AWS course you took, that you.
No, I do not. I do not train AWS. I train only DevOps.
Oh, okay.
AWS is by a different instructor, Mr. Ankit. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's okay then. Yeah, thank you. So, one other question. That means by the end of the 45 days, we would have covered everything about DevOps. Is that what you said?
Right. You're right. That's our plan.
Okay. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank
Thank you very much. Before let's have final call. Okay. Let's please don't mind. Let's have final call because we need to close. Payal.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir, my question is while using AWS in the training from Ankit sir, we use Putty to connect an instance.
Yes.
And in some cases I use Mobile.
Okay.
So is it compulsory in DevOps to use Git Bash only?
It's not compulsory. You can also use Putty instead of Git Bash. Okay.
I got confused.
But it's always good. It's always good to know different terminals available, isn't it? That's the reason I want to show you something new. So we will be using Git Bash terminal in our DevOps. Okay.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You can also use Putty. No problem. Okay. So my dear friends, I hope you have enjoyed the session. See you tomorrow where we'll continue. So what's the plan? We have the Linux environment ready. So tomorrow is full packed with Linux commands. Stay tuned and get the updates in the mobile app. Thank you very much.